What up?
What's good?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ACS universe. Obviously, the holidays are busy for everyone, including myself. So I haven't been on here, and then had some personal stuff go on too the past week or two that I haven't been able to do a show. So I apologize to anybody out there who's looking forward to some Fire Fridays. I am back, you know what I'm saying, along with my boy Joey and shit. So we're gonna talk about some news. I don't know who else is joining tonight. So we'll see about that. But we do have some topics to talk about. Obviously, we all know what's going on with when it comes to the new DC universe and things of that nature. That there's some changes that have been made to a lot of people's chagrin, I could say.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that. I know there's some points we made on Four Nerds last night when it was talking about some of these subjects as well. But also, you know, I'm a video game head just like Joey is, and we're gonna talk video game news because that's what I do on the show. So we'll watch that trailer for The Last of Us that came out. I've been wanting to watch these things on the show for weeks. And I just haven't been able to do a show, and obviously, so that like now that I am, we are going to watch a couple trailers because those are some trailers I did want to talk about or just get some feelings on or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not naive. I do know what the big news is, and there's also some stuff that just came out in the last couple hours that's kind of wild too. And let's see who's up in here. See, no customer notion. What's good? Looks like the Rock. Yeah, we're taking. Hey man, it's crazy. It's wild out here. This is where I start talking like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know some of the stuff that's going on because it's been very well pronounced in front of us. But as far as some of the other stuff that we had questions about, and now maybe we're getting the answers when you talk about this comment from Nerd Costa Nostra is, remember he never acknowledged it when it started, when Black Adam came out. Once Gunn and his cat and his boy took over, we never got any acknowledgement from either party, you know what I'm saying, as far as what either one of them was doing.
Yeah.
And so that was odd. But now I think we're getting some clarity when it comes to that. So,
well, and it's always, I mean, as more time goes by, the crazier things are going to be. Yeah. But it's like we are kind of in unprecedented times because, like, just like this, like The Rock, like, just, and I know that is like, it's not the craziest thing, but it's also just like, it means something in this day and age. Like,
it does.
Like people would freak out if, a certain actor would follow WB or DC or whatever.
Yeah. And they're like, shit, they're going to be there. Yeah. Yes.
So it's like to do this and just like, I mean, and I can't, I'm not going to speak about the box office or anything because like I don't look at it as a flop. Maybe I have no idea. I honestly have no clue, and I don't want to get into it. But I know that I enjoyed the movie, and like the fact that he built this up, and he was cast. Was it 2007? He was like
a long time ago.
He was cast a long time back when he had hair.
Yeah.
And for the for it to all pan out like it did, like not talking quality of the movie, but maybe like treatment during or hereafter the premiere by the studio and the new studio heads, whatever. It's like I can't blame the guy for distancing himself, and now it's almost gonna be like a Henry thing probably, where he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to making movies, like that aren't necessarily part of franchises anymore. Like
which we'll look at that later, a little bit later on, where he kind of announced something, which is, it's cool to see that he went to something immediately and it wasn't dwelled upon. And look, hey, ladies, don't make no mistake about it. The fact that he didn't dwell upon it is dope. I don't want to hear that. Oh, but he didn't even care. He just went straight to another project. No. This is what I'm pretty sure that dude's feeling some kind of way about this.
Yeah.
Especially considering his video that he put out, the show he did with that dude where I can't remember the dude's name. I forgot it last night. You know what I'm talking about? He was on stage and he talked about
Josh Horowitz.
Yeah. That show.
Yeah.
Remember he did that shit too. Like he was invested. Yep. So I think this is probably it's a passion project, obviously, because he says so. We'll look at his tweet or his Instagram post in a little bit. And but don't he moved on. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do for himself, probably, so that he can just get away from what happened. But yes, this is a good point there. Venom, what's good? What's good? What up, guys? It's been truly busy indeed. Very, very busy. Yes, yes, sir. Just sad news, my man. Heartbreaking. We had a good run and we did the impossible. That came. No. Let me tell you something, man. This right. Hold on, where's it at? Oh, yeah. Let me get the good cover. The Steelbook, man, I can't even feel. I don't know. I still don't like that.
Yeah.
Game. But this thing right here, this is us. I hate to blow myself up. You know I do, but I want to make sure everybody knows this right here. This can't be taken away at all. See, I own a physical copy. I own 3 physical copies of this in particular movie. Can't be taken away at all. What we accomplished as a fan base, as a movement, it's going to go down in lore. And I think that what we did accomplish probably has something to do with the state of what's going on now, and what's, it's. I think the studio has come to. We'll talk about a little bit. Let me get through these couple. I just think that they're trying to squash our hashtag. So let's see where we at. TX Voodoo, hey, Project Justice League, hey, Rebel Moon, hey, there you go, man. 2 things to look forward to, 2 things to keep your head up about, 2 things to be excited about, my friend. Yes, here's my fan casting for Superman, David Crinswet, or for Wonder Woman. Hold up, Isaac Gonzalez. Okay. I don't know who that dude is, though. David Crinswet?
David Crinswet?
I don't know. For Batman, Jacob Elordi or Cyborg John Boyega, I can give it that.
David Crinswet. David Crinswet sounds like a setup for a D's Nuts joke or something.
Yeah. He's probably a real dude, because the rest of the dudes. Hey, Hunter, hey, these are some, you know what, John? Hey, as far as Cyborg too, we'll get to some other stuff too. We're going to talk about the new logo that came out today, you know what I'm saying? And what it entails and things of that nature, and see just our thoughts, because we don't know what it means. We just know they put that thing out there, and if it's he says, I wonder if Rock could take any legal action. I don't think so.
Oh, Cornswet played Soups in Peacemaker. Boo! No thanks.
Oh,
no thanks. Hell out.
What's up, guys? I'm constantly, but I need to see material if I can say things definitively. So also, he's clowning on you, man. TW.
Hey, TW. You can't stop talking about us, can you?
You go. Let's see. I'll never open my Steelbook. Physical copies matter. Oh yeah. No, I did open my Steelbook. My bad. But I will say this though. This thing, I almost opened it yesterday because I wanted my thing here to be like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Like that's my dude.
Yeah.
But I didn't because I don't want to. I think it's kind of special to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's because it's the Target exclusive Zack Snyder's Justice League, McFarlane, Superman. So like I don't think I'm gonna nobody else saying that. So physical copies do matter though, dude. If I like a movie, and I'll tell you right now, I don't give a damn. Who cares? When on January 3rd, when Black Adam releases on 4K, we'll be purchasing that. We'll be getting that. If I can get a Steelbook, yes.
I've got now I've got my Mother Box collector's thing. I've got four copies.
4 copies, man. Hey, like we just said, and like plenty of people have said before we did, you can't take that away from us. No. That's in our hands. It's physical stuff. We're just like, hell yes.
Dude, we like fucking broke Twitter on November 17th, 2019.
Yeah,
so,
we did.
2020, sorry. So it's like, or 2019, sorry.
Yeah.
These past few years.
I get because of the pandemic, I get so like confused in that little bit. And you know how I reset myself to figure out what it is? Zack Snyder's Justice League, man. Because I remember, wait a minute, it came out 2021.
Yep.
So let me go back to May 2020. Yes, that's
I based my calendar.
Exactly, man. He said, I treat about that move with all my heart. Hey, man, I think we all. You talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League? Because we all did, man. Yo, hey, I appreciate that, man. Special light. Let's see. Cavill, all class. Yo, yeah, his statement, what he put out there was absolutely incredible. He ain't gonna clap on nobody. He's not gonna get out there and try to start. He went out there and said exactly what he needed to say.
Yep.
And we will look.
You know what? I know.
Go ahead.
I know I say this a lot. I guess I mean I don't really, but also like I like to brag about it a few times. And now that Henry's out, like I've just been dwelling on it. I was there the day the Snyder Cut was announced, and Henry talked to me. God damn it!
Yes, yeah, he did.
So
he did. He said, "What's up, Joey?"
You can never take that away from me. I don't care who the hell you are.
Yeah. If I that picture would probably be framed. If that was me, you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could frame a video,
get a good crisp.
Yep.
We need to see if we can't get a good crisp screenshot. You know what I'm saying? Where and just put that shit. Yo, dude, I haven't had that shit up.
If I could frame a video, somehow capture a video and frame it, it'd be that me saying hi and him saying hi and then saying my name in his British accent. I'm just incredible. It is funny though, because I think I said this on your stream celebrating the 2-year or year or whatever. But I did want to, like, the day of, I really wanted to take a screenshot because it had me right next to Henry, because when you're on Zoom it has you right next to the two hosts.
Yeah.
So it had me right next to Henry and Zach, or maybe I was in the, I can't really remember. That was a blur. But I can only get the screenshots from like the YouTube stream now. But I was so nervous. I was too nervous to take a screenshot because I'm like, if I click exit, I would have did my phone. I'd have been like, I will punch a hole through my computer right now.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have touched a fucking thing on my computer.
No.
But let's just see. Yes, right.
Anyways, enough bragging.
Yeah, he said Isaac Gonzalez was an ambulance. Yo, she's fire. That's she's dope. She's dope. She is dope. That move was fire too. Let's see. Jacob was next. Next. All right.
Jacob, why does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Look it up real quick. Say, Droga. Hey, and enjoy. How you guys doing? I've been waiting to hear you guys' thoughts on this shit. Hey, we appreciate that, Droga, man. Appreciate it, man.
Oi, Jacob Elordi. He's Australian.
Oh, Australian.
He's the dude
My
from
accent sucks.
He's the dude from. Hold on.
Oh shit! I'm at the damn. Hold on.
Have you seen Euphoria? Like that tall dude. That's him.
I've watched. I think I saw the first full season, but like I would step in and watch it with my wife every now and then because she watches it a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Let me turn this. It's gonna get faster. I do like this beat though.
It's this guy.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't hate that, but also I like just the new people behind it. I don't know. That's what leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's like I'm 90% sure whoever they cast as Superman, I probably won't hate, but it's the boots that you're gonna have to fill, and also the people running the movie. If it is old Jimmy Gunn, I'm good. I'm out. I don't need to see
and
it.
Look. I mean, that's going to be like the initial thing. And look. I'll be honest. I'm going to check this shit out because I'm a fan. So that's because I'm a fan of these characters. You know what I'm saying? So like, I will initially check out what they have to offer. I mean, say he says, did Cowboy dirty? I would say yes, because that. I'm telling you, man, that post he put out, and we'll look at it in just a little bit on Instagram, was very, like, he was emotionally involved in that, and he got us emotionally. Like Henry, when he did that post, man, and look, it's funny because it's always funny when Henry does selfies on his phone because he's not that good at it, but he's still cool as fuck. It's Henry Cavill doing it. So like sometimes his shit won't be right or whatever. Who cares? It's Henry Cavill. But when he did that, I was like, we all rejoiced in that thing when he So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about that. Let's see. I don't want to steer more of this, but the more James Gunn tweets, the more I know to get. Hopefully, I'm not there. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Gunn needs to chill, becoming known like Musk. That's not a bad accent, Joey. See, he didn't say mine wasn't bad because my accent is terrible. Yeah.
Thanks, Droga.
TW says guns writing it, so I don't know what. Yeah, that's the thing, and I think that's the thing, man. That we all probably are. It's
someone's gonna call him Splooger, man.
Yeah. But real quick, I did want to put this out here for everybody who's interested. Okay, so I talked about on Four Nerds last night. Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, Christmas Eve, I will be doing a live stream at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Mm-hmm. At midnight, at 1 hour from the time the stream starts, Project Justice League, the Ultimate Edition, drops on the Four Nerds Network, and we're watching it. So, to bring in Christmas for you guys, this is what I'm doing. Anybody who can come on. As you can see, I love my mug, my reindeer glass right there.
Yeah, what's in that cup?
It's some eggnog and probably some vodka or something. I don't know. No, it's not vodka. That's disgusting. No. That was probably eggnog. It had to be something brown, a brown liquor. Have you ever had eggnog with something other than?
You know what? I've never had eggnog.
Oh,
it just I don't know, like not out of like. Mm-hmm. Not out of protest. It's really just like, I don't know, like it just doesn't seem to feel like look.
I like it because I started drinking it when I was like really young. To me it's good, and then once people started talking about you drinking with some liquor, and I was like no, but then once I did, I was like it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mm-hmm. good. You can't if you're gonna mix alcohol with your eggnog, you got to slow down just a bit. Because it tastes really good, and then after a while you're like, damn, guess what I'm about to do? Put all that eggnog in the toilet right now. So
dude, I went to a bar. This was before the pandemic, but this is maybe the winter before. But I went to a bar and they were doing hot cocoa, and then they were pouring Baileys into it. Oh, it was good.
Yeah, this is good.
And I remember going up. I don't know what possessed me to do this. I hadn't really even been drinking that much, but I went up to a random stranger at the bar. And I'm like, "Is that hot cocoa?" He's like, "Yeah, they got Baileys in it." And I'm like, "Oh, nice." And he goes, "You want to try?" I'm like, "Sure." Not these days, I'd be like, "No, that's like germs." But then I was like, "Yeah, who cares? Just drink whatever."
And you were like, "That's delicious. Mm-hmm. Can I get one of what he had?"
I'll take one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's funny now because within the past like 10 to 20 years, they've really started producing alcohols that really blend with those things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like when Christmas time comes, go to the liquor store, they'll have these all of these good like holiday drinks, and you're like, yo, can I try all of these for free? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll just try one of them because they're expensive as fuck. Let's see. Let's see. What's the fine line of walk? What are you talking about?
He was saying he likes.
Let's say, hold up. Guns film's gonna wind up being Superboy versus Mr. I can't. With some goofy interdimensional chaos. Maybe, man. I've been watching a lot of World's Finest episodes when the Snyder Cut came out, and I just get. Hey, man. Appreciate that, Droga. That was a good time, man.
That was a really good time.
That was a good time across all of fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like all of streaming. It was there was no negativity. No. It was just really good. It was a good time, man. And that
was almost like the anchor for, our episodes, because I had only been in World's Finest at that point for a month, maybe. Like by the time it came out and just like, getting hyped for it and everything. And it really, it really helped me not only like have stuff to talk about, but just like kind of ease me into this whole thing, and like talking with you guys, and just that was just a fantastic time, and it was an
absolute glorious time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't, like no matter where we are right now or where we're going to be in a year's time with all the whatever news we get, I wouldn't change it. Like it's honestly
no, man,
it's incredible. Like it
is, and sometimes. And look, Joe was talking about he rewatched it, man. I don't blame him. I went back and checked out some shit too, just because the time was so absolutely incredible, man. It just was. TW, man, what's good, homie? Hey, man, TW, man, he is TW wants to expand the instant replay universe, and I think we're going to make that happen, man. Yeah. He has some good ideas, and me and him we've talked about it before, but I think it's going to move forward. See,
infinite instant replay.
Yeah, and trying to set things up for Kingdom Cup waiting. Yeah, and look. See, here's the thing. Is that like a DC fan would have a problem with that, but it's a road to get there. You can't just get there, man. That shit has to be, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a thing that where James Gunn was sharing Kingdom Come pictures literally fucking like a week after he got the position. Really, bruh? I understand you trying to get the audience hyped, but that's a long way down the road.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be 15, almost maybe 20 movies in or something, because it's like,
I don't necessarily think they have to be that many, but
maybe not that many, but like
3 movies. There's
no, and like, and I already know a lot of people are gonna probably say that's hypocritical because Zack got to, Zack Snyder's Justice League in 3 movies, but it's the way he went about telling the story. He didn't, it's just also the fact that I don't know if I have a lot of faith in how this is going to go.
Yeah.
And, again, this Kingdom Come is it's a big thing, and you can't, we've seen how, no disrespect if you like them, but the CW, the way they, adapted Flashpoint, the way they adapted Crisis on Infinite Earths, all those other, whatever. It's just like they had to, I don't want to say dumb it down, but they had to cut out a lot and change a lot. And it's like, okay, but like Civil War, I mean, like just look at how Civil War was adapted. It's like you want something, I'm not saying it's an incredible movie, but like you want something done with that, to that level, with that amount, with that amount of respect. So it's, I don't know. I just don't want to see him rush Kingdom Come because just, again, it's.
And I don't. That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't necessarily know if they're going to rush it, but him putting pictures from Kingdom Come, Alex Ross art out there, a week after he takes a spot, I'm like, okay, that's your end game. Cool. Like, and maybe I understand why he did it because he's trying to. We'll get to that shit in a second. It's just see. Let's hope this is. He says, "I have never seen more positive." Oh, you talking about since Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Oh yeah, dude. It was honestly like, negative videos or whatever talking about the announcement and all the way up until the release. Like the negative videos were few and far between. Like it was so much positivity and people just being excited for, stuff. And I understand like the switch up probably came once they said like, we're not, doing this anymore. We're not going to go down this road.
Yeah.
But no, it was a more peaceful time before the dark ages or whatever.
Okay. TW says, oh wait, he shared it because it was funny. He said in a later tweet, he meant no. Oh, okay.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, so he just put out there. Okay.
See, and that's the other thing. He shared it like and claimed like thinking it was fun, but it's like, bro,
you can't do that. You can't do that.
You're the head of DC now. People are going to be like, oh, they're doing this.
Yeah,
doing this.
Louis Costa was good. Hey, where was one of my? Maybe she'll join us later. Maybe not.
Yeah,
man.
maybe
She's working.
She's out saving the world.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. Hey, if any Crabble finds himself or at Marvel, he could play, Cameron or her. Hey, man, you know what? If he goes that direction, you know what? He'll be treated absolutely gloriously because they get treated pretty good over there.
Yeah.
They treat their let's see, Gunn needs to get the new Suits Films logo design costume. Yeah, and look, I do look. Ryan was saying some stuff the other day where he said that the reason why they're doing this now is so that when Gunn does announce these types of things, hopefully they hope the discourse will be gone by then.
Yep.
And they can go ahead and just present their new ideas and everybody will praise it.
Yep.
Not gonna happen, my good sir. Not saying that I'm gonna be somebody who's gonna fucking clap on your shit because that's just but If you think that these fans out here are just gonna let you wait a month before you release your stuff and then put it out there and they're just gonna praise it, I'm here to take it. They are not.
No,
they are.
Well, they're not
whether
going
it's
anywhere.
Right, whether I feel it's right or wrong, that doesn't make any difference. Mm-hmm. They're gonna get on like Ryan, and he had a good point because he said Gunn's putting this stuff out now so that when he does release his plans, hopefully the discourse is passed. It's not going to pass. There's still going to be some people out there waiting for him to drop it. So it could be like trades. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they do it. Yeah. I think I'm not bringing that up. Drugly chill.
I can't even see what he said.
How he spelled. How he spelled. All right, now Henry Cavill's gonna be in Warhammer. Yes, that is dope. You know what I like about Henry, and I like that he's passionate about the stuff that he works on. He's a big fan about stuff because that's why he left The Witcher. Everybody wants to think it's because of Superman, but no, the writers on The Witcher, my bad, were trying to go a different direction. He's like, but that's not the games, and they were like, who cares about the games? He's like, I do.
Not the games or the books, and they're just
yes.
Like, he's like, care.
Okay, well then I'm out. Then if you guys don't give a fuck about so with this Warhammer stuff, he's taking it on at the beginning of it, at the start. So he gets to build it from the ground up. So yeah, it's good for him, man. I knew he was passionate about the game stuff, and this is why this is so dope because when he put this out here, and you know what? Let me hold up.
Because wasn't that the game he posts like the where he was built like painting the little figurines or whatever? Was that like part of it?
Yeah. Hold on, let me bring this up. Let's see. Kevin Feige won't scroll. No, I think
of. I mean,
glad for Capital Warhammer. Hope he gets the Bond role as well. That'd be dope.
You know, now that he's done with Superman and Witcher, I'm like, okay, put him in Bond, whatever.
This is probably true.
Yep.
That's a fucking shame too, man. Feige will never. Let's see. Cisco says Zaslav Gunn Saffron aiming to create what Feige did with Marvel Problems DC. No, they're not. The books are different. The books are different, dude. Like it's. Oh man, it's a thing that every DC fan understands is that the content is not the same between these two things. There's some similarities when you're talking about characters because at a point in time between the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, both comic book conglomerates were stealing from each other. They just name a character something different. They both were doing it, so it's not like you can blame it on any one house. Yeah. And that's more evident with Shazam because they came out with Captain Marvel. That's what they named Shazam, and Marvel's like, no, you already got the name Marvel. So they had to rename him Captain Marvel. That doesn't bother me at all because Shazam's still a fire character. So yeah, I don't care. He says Cavill is a big nerd. Look, he does, dude. He's having him as Superman. That was one of the pluses is the fact that he was a fucking nerd. Like he loved the content that comes along with being Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that's come before.
Dude, I still, speaking of Instagram posts and stuff, that he's always just done really well with Instagram posts. But that one that always sticks out to me was a couple years ago where he did National Hero Day and he posted how great it is to be a hero, blah, blah, blah. And he tagged everybody, Marvel and DC, and nobody did anything except for, I think, Momoa.
Momoa replied to it. He was the only one.
That
man.
Shit
that was fucking crazy. And it's almost like maybe some of these some of the Marvel actors didn't know who he was. I don't see how. But hold up. Let me bring this up real quick. So this is what he dropped the other night. Hopefully y'all can read this pretty good. It says, I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire. This news isn't the easiest, but that's life. That in and of itself is just fucked.
Yep.
It's just a fucked up situation. Which he explained it the way everybody else has. It happened before these cats got hired, so we see where the change of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes.
Mm-hmm.
For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but when Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards, which is, that's incredible. And this is, I'll bring up this one. It's muted, but you can see the video playing right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he has going forward. He says, for 30 years, I have dreamt of seeing a Warhammer universe in live action. Now, after 22 years of experience in this industry, dope, I finally feel that I have the skill set and experience to guide a Warhammer cinematic universe into life. Partnering with Natalie Viscuso at Vertigo has been a blessing beyond words. Without her, we might not have found the perfect home at Amazon. Amazon is balling right now, dude. And we'll talk about something else that's coming to Amazon soon. They are absolutely balling right now.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he says, and having what up, Phil? Will give us to all of you Warhammer fans out there. I promise to respect this IP that we love. I promise to bring you something familiar, and I endeavor to bring you something fantastic that is, as of yet, unseen. Our first steps are to find a filmmaker, creator, writer. Watch this space, my friends, for the Emperor. So that's Henry's statement on his new venture.
Mm-hmm.
Wish him well. Not a big Warhammer guy, but I look forward to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking forward to that, and seeing however that pans out. But his exit post is just the utmost class. Like, it's crazy. Like, I can't think of another. I can't think of another actor who's like, I guess, he's lost this role now. I can't think of another actor who's lost a role this big and has had this much dignity and, again, class. Like, it's crazy. Like, and it just speaks to, just who he is and how he handles like situations, both good and bad. Because, you look back at a month ago when he announced that he was back, and it's like, it's just as wordy as this almost. Like, it's so much passion and so much respect for the character. And even now it's just, that's what pisses me off so much, is that like this would have been my moment. I don't know, like this maybe while I'll never be an actor, but this would be my moment. Like, fuck you, I don't want to be Superman anyways. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Like, eat shit. No, but I'm pretty sure we knew he wasn't going to say.
No, I know.
That. Yeah, but yes, it could have been that, and so this dude handled it like he's supposed to, man. He handled this statement is absolutely incredible, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it is, and also, just think about the roller coaster that cat's been through the past fucking 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Or a month. Black Adam comes out there like, hey yo, you can make this statement now. So he comes out, makes this statement on Instagram, and then turns around and they're like, nah.
Well, and then he leaves Witcher.
Yeah, like he left The Witcher. Yep. Which it's I want to make sure everybody's clear that like the Witcher stuff was just like, he's a big fan of.
Yes.
Well, he said it in his tweet about Warhammer.
Yeah.
Or not tweet, but his Instagram post. He is very big on like the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when it came to The Witcher, if they were trying to veer off the path, he's like, that's not how it goes. They're like,
no, yeah,
well,
yeah, and like the fact that it was unrelated and like him leaving Witcher was unrelated to coming back as Superman. I get that, but it's still just
gave him extra time. We were all like, "Ooh, gives him extra time." That's dope. Rhea, what's good? What's up, man?
Oh, what up, Rhea?
What's up? Let's see.
What you got, Phil? Phil? You know what, guys? Like,
It's time to get unfiltered.
I've been going back and forth about this, right? Because on the one hand, I love Henry Cavill. He's my favorite Superman. And if you guys ever heard Kevin Smith talk about Batman and talk about what the Dark Knight trilogy or even just the Dark Knight movie it did for him, like on a certain respect, in a way, I guess my love for Superman really kind of mirrors that in a lot of ways. Because, you know, as anyone who's listened to me here or on the Four Nerds or anywhere else and has seen me wax poetically about, you know, Big Blue, I've been a fan of Superman since I was a little kid. I love the Fleischer Studios cartoons. I love the animated series. Outside of that, and even, you know, I didn't even start really reading Superman comics until I was into my reading. Because when I started reading comics, I was just purely reading a lot of Batman and Justice League and stuff like that. It wasn't until maybe 5 or 6 years into my collecting comics that I started reading Superman, and I would probably attribute that to Man of Steel. My first Superman movie I ever saw in a movie theater was Superman Returns, and that's just all I'll say about that. And then I got to see Man of Steel in theaters, and it was just an absolute experience. It was like, you know, you go to, at least for me growing up, like I've always really loved going to see superhero films. Like one of my fondest memories is seeing, you know, Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man way back when. It was me, my brother, and our Uncle Brian at the time. And this was like 1 year after my dad's brother just passed away too. So it was just like seeing that movie just hit me in a lot of different ways. I mean, the earliest superhero movie I remember seeing, I shit you not, is Batman Forever. And, you know, I was like 3 years old when I saw that fucking movie in a movie theater. Like, my parents took me to a PG-13 movie with fucking Batman in it. And I saw things, and it was funny. Anyway,
bad nipples. Yes.
That was not the only thing. Anyway, I've just always been pretty pumped on seeing superhero movies, but when I saw Man of Steel, it was just like a fucking just completely different kind of experience for me, right? It was just like, holy shit. It was like that moment where it's like, that's the fucking Superman I've been wanting to see since I was teeny tiny little Philip. And it's just like, you know, getting this news, it's just been such a struggle dealing with it, because like on one hand, again, you know, I really love what's been established, but it sounds like the hard reboot may well be coming into play, and it's gonna be really unfortunate to say goodbye to a lot of these characters and actors who've taken on these roles that have only been just established within 10 years time, and now we're just gonna have, you know, a reboot. And it's like, well, you know, on for us who are fans of this, you're basically being told tough shit, and it's like, yeah. That is some tough shit. That's true. But on the other hand, I'm not saying I understand or respect or completely agree with the decision to completely reboot the DC universe, Superman also notwithstanding. I mean, it's just like, you know, I'm brought back to when The Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not do what it needed to do at the box office, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, the word comes out that, oh, they're working on Spider-Man 3. You know, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then the word comes, what was it, February of 2015, I think, is when the Sony leaks happened. Then not long after that, Marvel and Sony came together. Oh, Spider-Man's going to be in the MCU. We have a deal with Sony. Sony's going to do Venom and all this, blah, blah. And Marvel's going to integrate Spider-Man into the MCU. And I was like, oh, well, is like Andrew Garfield going to factor into this?
Yeah.
Nope.
Who's playing?
It was a big old nope.
Yeah.
For a long time. A really long time. Like when Tom Holland was cast, I was like, that fucking kid? Really? Over whoever the fuck was rumored at the time. I think there was
the other kid,
Asa Butterfield.
Yes, Asa Butterfield. Yes.
And so I was like,
Yep.
Okay, sure, fuck it, whatever. He's no Andrew Garfield. That was the thing I would say. I was like, he's no Andrew Garfield. He's no Andrew Garfield. Seeing him in Civil War, I was really, really cynical about it. I was like, oh, look, it's Spider Boy, Spider Toddler. I was really fucking mean about it.
Yeah.
Then I watched Homecoming, and that was the movie that really turned me around to him. And I was like, maybe he's not so bad. And then seeing him progress in the MCU, I'm just like, oh, I love Tom Holland. That's just me, though. I can only speak for myself. There are a lot of other people who feel a little differently. They herald Tobey Maguire as their favorite, as we saw in our chat yesterday on the Four Nerds. Yes, we also saw
in all caps.
In all caps, that's right. But then, you know, then there are also a lot of fans who are deeply indebted and will also just bow to Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, rightfully so. He was, without question, probably, debatably, the best Spider-Man in live action.
Yeah.
You could make the debate that like even Tobey Maguire was a really solid, if not probably the best Peter Parker.
Oh yeah, Peter Parker. Yeah. No, and look, I said it last night. Like man, I enjoyed those movies as well. I mean, obviously Andrew's my dude. That's my favorite because it hit me at a time when, but it took me probably until definitely not Far From Home. I couldn't fucking Far From Home at all. Yeah. I was like, man.
Yep.
Especially the tricks they play. You know, we all know what happened to the movie. But anyway, No Way Home. Yeah, Tom Holland's that dude. Like once No Way Home came out, you got to see like the real emotion. I was like, yo, this is that dude, man. This is that dude. So,
that's the movie that really, you know, and I know it's probably not too little, too late because I mean, I guess I don't know what they're doing. Now with him, but that was the movie that really turned me around to Tom Holland. I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Which one?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think not to cut you off, Joe. The Aunt May scene fucking cleaned me up. I was done. You know what I'm saying? After that scene was over with, and then you know, obviously where the movie progresses, I was like,
that whole movie's a great time, but at that scene until the end of the movie, you're just like,
I was like, Tom Holland's that guy.
Okay.
Man.
All right,
okay, now you've done it. You've earned your webs, my brother.
Yeah,
come back. Well, when you coming back, Tom? When you coming back?
The rooftop scene with, you know, him watching Jameson, like, you know, in the rain, and I'm just like, this is it's well done, I gotta say. And then he gets there. He gets to that level that he, in my opinion, needed to get in the first two movies. And you know, and
but now I would, you know what? It's interesting, not to cut you off, but the last time I went back and watched Homecoming, I see him a little different. It's just a little different. Still can't fuck with Far From Home that much. Sorry, but Homecoming, like the last time I did watch that movie, I was like, all right, man. I saw because you watch Homecoming, and it's kind of like for people like us who were either really hardcore Toby fans or Andrew fans, when you come into that movie, you're kind of skeptical a bit. You take you see some stuff that might be really clever acting, and you find and then you go back and watch it like, nah, that shit was they laid some foundation, man. And I think another movie he made. What's the movie we watched at Meg's house?
Devil All the Time. Yeah,
great movie.
I was like, all right, that dude. That's that dude, man.
And it's not even the fact that like watching those movies, I didn't think he was a good actor. Like the Spider-Man movies, it's not that I didn't think he was a good actor. It was just didn't feel necessarily like the right fit again to me. But you know, again, once he got there in that third movie, it's just like, okay, like I'm, you know, I hope we see him. I hope we see more, especially where they're taking the character. He's, you know, the Peter Parker who's on his own. He's matured. He's made his own suit.
Oh man, the little sewing machine was tough.
He's the little sewing machine, the police scanner, the crappy apartment
book.
The crappy apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's all, you know, it's all. Hopefully, it's not wrapped up. Hopefully, it's just the beginning of a new chapter.
I think it's gonna happen. Like there's absolutely no, without question, Phase 5 or 6 is gonna have one, if not two more Tom Holland Spider-Man films. Yeah. But I don't think he wants to play Spider-Man forever. And so
I can feel him on that point. Yeah.
I think, truthfully, I think the MCU will eventually cater to Miles Morales being Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's kind of where my thought process is on that. But
we get to endure all the woke comments again.
Fuck nerd Robin. Fuck all that bullshit. It's just like, you know, going back to like the whole Superman situation and Gunn doing his own thing. It's like, you know, I can understand not wanting all of that, you know, the baggage, dealing with the fans, dealing with, you know, everything that went down during the entire time of, you know, these movies being made. More specifically speaking, with like, you know, BVS getting tampered with, Suicide Squad, and then of course what happened with Justice League, and then you top it all off with it's just been an absolute PR shitstorm every single fucking movie, more or less. Like there's always something in the trades, like Walter Hamada doesn't want to use Superman. They're doing movies, you know, just one at a time, almost no connectivity. But what connectivity there is there, it almost makes no kind of sense. And it's just, you know, again, you know, there's just people that have not all these, again, poor PR. And then you couple that with like, you know, just an incoherent plan after Justice League because they fired the guy who was the architect to begin with.
Yeah.
Or not fired, sorry. He stepped away and they didn't bring him back. And it's just like,
yeah, you can't. Yeah,
it's frustrating, but at the same time, it's like I don't think James Gunn is necessarily right or wrong in what he is doing, because he is a creative executive. They made it abundantly clear that he was going to, you know, also produce movies as well as cater to the universe as a whole. So the fact that I mean, I think people expected him to do projects in the universe, right? But I don't think people were expecting him to come out and say, hey, I'm writing the new Superman movie. We're going to get a different actor. He's going to be younger. It's going to be younger days. And it's just like, how many times have you been on the record saying you would not do big name characters or Superman?
Yeah.
That matter, right? And look, I'm not saying that he doesn't have the you know, right to change his mind. He absolutely does. Maybe, and that's why he probably did it. I don't know. You could probably make the argument that David Zaslav might have told him specifically write a fucking Superman movie. I don't know, but he did. David Zaslav did make one thing clear. He made Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman the 4 names he mentioned specifically, and I firmly believe that whatever slate James Gunn is going to produce, you can almost guarantee those 4 characters are going to factor into that. That's on some varying level. But the fact that he decided to just be like, yo, I'm writing a Superman movie, it's just like, well, looking at all the movies you have written and then thinking about Superman, thinking about the things that we like about Superman, that's a really tough call. It's a truly tough call, because this is a guy who more often than not gets mocked on the internet for dick and fart jokes, which people shamelessly either defend or despise.
Yeah, that's the fucking crazy thing.
And that's just it, right? Like people but at the same time, this is also a guy who makes you care about a fucking raccoon and a talking tree. Right? Like if there are any compelling characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, if not, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy sector of the MCU, it's absolutely Rocket Raccoon and Groot. There's no question about it. You could probably make the argument for Mantis, Drax in the first movie, Peter Quill, not so much. He's just a bumbling fucking idiot in space with 2 rocket guns. And then you've got fucking Gamora, who's a absolute badass with a sword. And now the third movie just has me like, what the fuck is he going to do to finish this shit off? Right. But after that, now he's going to cater to an entire brand new DC universe. And since he said he's going to do a younger Superman, I'm like, well, okay, if you're going to make Superman younger, then you're basically probably going to make everyone else around that same age. So that way, when they meet up, they're not too old. They're not in completely different sectors that had different mythology built up, because that's not a fucking cool idea. Just kidding. Yes, it is. But no. We just need everyone to be younger. It's almost like he's trying to split up what George Miller did with Justice League Mortal. He's just picking and choosing which characters are going to show up first. And he explicitly said younger. Oh, I want a younger actor. Fucking Henry Cavill's 39.
Well, and that is so funny to me, because like not even just like the younger actor part, but like a younger Superman. Wow, that's crazy. We got that in Man of Steel. We like not only a younger like he was, 33 in that movie, or like his character, but like not only a younger Superman, but like we saw him in his, child years, his teenage years, his young adult, even though it's Henry Cavill, like they turned down his, they tweaked his voice a little bit to make him sound younger. And then before that, but like 2 years before that, the end of Smallville happened. Whereas that was literally Superman in high school. We've had young Superman. We got it.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't understand this need to redo it.
Yeah. I don't know. And look, I said it last night on Four Nerds. Ego plays a big part into it, no matter how much even he himself might try to deny that. The groundwork is out there for him. He chose to go in a different direction. I got it. It happens all the time. But for me personally, I think Gunn is not about to put something out there where if it's successful, the credit goes elsewhere besides him.
Yeah.
You restore the Snyderverse. Guess what happens if it's successful? Zack Snyder. If you do any of this other shit and it's successful, guess who gets the credit? Not him. These are grown ass men that are in this business, and I've said it for a long time. They just have egos, dude. A lot of them do, and I think last night I mentioned that like one of the directors I think doesn't really have a big ego, Zack Snyder, because I've never seen him flex on somebody trying to. But when you have like Gunn and look, come out here and just literally all new shit. Not surprised, upset, yes, not surprised, but at the same time, like for the longest, when he first got the thing, the spot, for a little bit of time, he tried to convince people, oh, it's not going to be a big old overhaul. It's just going to, and then look what we have here. I will say this, though. And I thought about this for about the past week. And then today I thought about it even more as I saw stuff. And look, I could be totally off base. It could be ridiculous sounding. I think when it comes to these comic book films and stuff like that, as far as me personally, I didn't pay attention to the trades and all of that shit until BVS. When BVS came out, like I've said it before on I don't know how many. I remember the night that the embargo was lifted. I was eating dinner. I was sitting at my table and I had my phone waiting to see these reviews. Was going to see the movie regardless because I'm a fucking fan. I don't give a fuck. I'm a Zack Snyder fan and I love Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, so I'm going to see this movie. I don't care how bad this is. And so that's like, I think as far as a whole, when it comes to comic book movie fans or comic book fans, that's probably around the first time any of them started paying attention to the trades. Nobody cared. You didn't give a fuck. If a movie came out about your favorite character, normally the movie would do decently. Of course, the critics going to hate on it. Nobody gave a fuck. But after BVS came out, that's when Rotten Tomatoes became a popular thing to look at. That's when all of this other shit did, right? So, like, now in the past couple of weeks, I've seen some things that have made me kind of take a step back. So we've seen a lot of times where these magazines and things of that nature, the trades will put shit out. Sometimes it's false, sometimes it's real shit, sometimes it's whatever. In my experience, especially in the past 4 or 5, 6 years since BBS, I haven't seen this many trades release false shit on such a ridiculously daily basis.
Yep.
Why? I have a theory, and it's probably not going to be popular. People probably going to be like, oh, you fucking conspiracy motherfucker. I think they put that shit out there, man. I think these how the fuck do you have every day for like a week wrong shit from the trades?
Yep.
I think the information was put out by some parties.
Yep.
Just so Mr. Gunn can come in and say that is wrong. Because what does that do for your audience? It builds a thing called trust. T-U-R or T-R-U-S-T. Oh, now we trust James Gunn because he clapped on these rumors. These scoopers were coming out here saying that shit. James Gunn keeps clapping on them. I trust James Gunn. Really, bro? I've never in my years seen this many fucking trades be wrong day after day after day after. I've seen them be wrong a couple times a week, but not every fucking day for a week. But then when they're wrong, who comes in swooping in? I must correct you, my friend. My name is James Gunn. I must tell you you're wrong.
Yep.
That
and
shit.
It's like checks in the mail. Thanks for putting that article.
That shit. And look, I said I could be way off base. I could be fucking talking conspiracy things.
No, you know what?
That kind of makes sense to me because how the fuck is all of this wrong shit just keep coming out? Very convenient for James Gunn to swoop in and be like, ha, you're wrong. Trust me, DC fans, I proved this guy wrong. So
I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb.
they said you're responsible by Reynolds, man. yeah. The TW, man. Fuck.
Foil? Okay.
Hey man. Who knows? It's just weird. Like I've never seen that many times the trades have just been wrong day after day after day after day, only for one person to swoop in and say, "That's wrong."
Mm-hmm.
I respect you, man, but you got that wrong. Same person every day for fucking like a week and a half. Relax. What up, Neil? Neil in the house. What's up, Neil?
Oh, Neil.
By Manscaped. Yeah, man. Manscaped, sponsor me, homie. Give me some free, you know what I'm saying, sack trimmers, bro.
Nut shavers. What's up?
What up, Jay? Hey, what's up, Neil, man? Want to say what up? Hey,
What up?
Neil, you want a link, man? I'll send you one, bro. You
Yeah.
hop in and
Been
have a
too long.
conversation with us. Samara says, rock on. Yes. It's just, I'm just, look, I don't know if that's really true, but it's really odd to me that much bad news comes from these places. It's never happened before, not on that consistent basis, only for one person to be able to swoop in and say, I respect you, man, but you're wrong with this one. You're my boy, but check your sources, homie. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Every time?
Because that was the one of
chill.
What did Adam Very tweet? Or
He was the one.
was that the Batman one?
Yeah, I think he was the one who tried to write that bullshit.
Yeah. And then he was like, I love Adam. He's very good. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he's
check
wrong.
your
I'm
sources,
like, okay,
homie.
Okay.
Look,
Adam Very also
you could be
wrote it.
wrong as fuck, but the thing I'm saying is like it's just feels so odd. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I'll quote Sloan here. The opinions of me do not reflect ACS universe or whatever. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god, I feel so stupid now.
Oh, you forgot?
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say completely.
Let's see. I want to see more information on what their budget restriction would be after the slate announced, but it's still unclear. That would tell us.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
So Adam B. Very was that journalist, and Gunn was like, he's a great guy, blah blah blah. Adam B. Very was the one who wrote a hit piece about the Snyder community and Ray Fisher and all that. So
That dude looks
interesting,
like a fucking knob goblin. Fuck
interesting company to keep their head of DC. That's just me. That's my opinion.
I mean, look, I've seen that guy write bullshit piece after bullshit. I don't even know why I click on it half the fucking time. I see the headlines and I'm just like, I bet you anything it's Adam Very. And then I search the fucking article and sure enough, there he is. And it's like, dude's such an asswipe. Like, I don't know. I don't care if I get blocked by people like Grace Randolph. I don't give a shit if I get blocked by famous reporters of her Variety or what the fuck ever. I don't give a shit if Jeff Snyder from Collider or whatever the fuck he does with John Rocha fucking blocks me because I called him a classless thief, because that's what he is. He steals information and then leaks it on the internet and says, oh look, I got it right. No, motherfucker, find a real job, feed your fucking family like a decent human being instead of being a prick on the internet. But that's just my opinion of said person. But anyway, when it comes to Adam Very, it's nonsense, and it was kind of funny to watch James Gunn be like, "Hey, you're a nice guy and all, but you're wrong, bud." Check your sources.
No. See, I said before that it was fun when he was clapping on some of the people in the scooping business out there when he was doing that a couple weeks ago. It's funny, but my thing was there are way too many headlines coming out here that are false. Why is false headlines coming out 6 days a week? It didn't used to be that rampant, and also there just was nobody there just clapping on. You know what I'm saying? It just seems convenient that somebody would drop this particular headline so that James Gunn could say, "Hey, I respect you, bud." False. What? Because look what it has done is it's built a level of trust when it comes to James Gunn. Is people are like, well, shit, we can trust Gunn. Shit, he clapped on them rumors, man. Shit. I mean, he's doing it for us. Really? I remember I told y'all last week it was going to be bad. On 4 Nerds last week, I literally said, look, man, at the end of the day, Gunn is going to give you these. And he certainly did with the news we just talked about like 30 minutes ago with Henry Cavill. Literally, we thought he was going to be that dude. He gave us.
it sucks on one hand because we're losing a lot of our favorite established characters, right? And it feels almost pointless to go see, Shazam, Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, because we know now that it's really not probably going to lead anywhere. And it's just like, well, that's fucked, right? And then now we're just being told, well, you're getting a new Superman. It's going to be a younger actor. And it's like, I went through this with Andrew Garfield. Am I going to be as cynical about it as I was then? No. Am I going to be cheeky about it? Probably. Am I looking forward to it? I don't know. Because I just frankly don't know what that fucking movie looks like. Now, when a director comes into play and an actor comes into play and you start showing me some kind of footage, maybe I'll have a more concrete opinion on that. I don't know what the fuck James Gunn is going to do with DC. I just hope to God it's nothing like what Marvel's done. But I don't know. He's literally been drafted from the Marvel bench. So who the fuck knows, right?
I'm not going to try and sit here and be all negative about it, but it's kind of like I was saying backstage. I can't bring myself to care.
Sure, and that's totally valid.
This is a good example. This is because before the movie came out, finally they were like, okay, everything's getting rebooted. So Dark Phoenix is kind of just like, hey y'all,
and
here to show you something.
A good point you kind of brought up earlier, Phil, was like, not that we're thrilled that it's getting a reboot, but like now looking at it, I would kind of rather that than them trying to like Frankenstein what Zach started.
Sure.
And then
whatever
they were going to do with the whatever actors they kept on in their roles. I'd rather them just like cut ties and be like, okay, we're just going to do our own thing, because then we don't have to look at like Zach's work and be like, oh, like it's literally look how they massacred my boy.
It's like, and that's the same kind of feeling that you could make the debate that, that's how you're going to feel watching the next 4 DC movies.
Because, absolutely.
Because in essence, like, Shazam was kind of a branch of what, I think Zach said it best when he said initially what they wanted to do was like they wanted other filmmakers to come in and leave their stamp on these characters. And I feel like every director who had come on after that point absolutely respected that wish. And so when you see people fighting or boycotting these other films because they're not exactly in line with what Zack Snyder wanted to do, or they don't really lead anywhere. I understand that sentiment, but don't be a fucking asshole about it, because these people are putting their own creative stamp on these characters. It's like, that's why as unfortunate as what happened with the Flash film regarding Ray Fisher did, I'm still inclined to see the movie, because at the same time, like it's just not genuinely fair to like Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Andy Muschietti, and everyone else on the cast and crew of that movie just to fucking suffer and get boycotted because the studio had an asswipe of a fucking DC president who wouldn't make amends for the sins of his predecessor and continued friend. Right? Like it's just, despite all of that, I still want to see these movies. I still want to see what the fuck Angel Mansueto did with Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle's a fucking cool character.
Oh,
I see what that movie looks like. Like,
this is not a thing where first of all, I don't boycott shit. Yeah, you ain't about to catch me doing.
Oh, I'm not saying either. You guys are
jumping any. Well, no. I know you're not. I'm just saying, just to make it clear, I don't do that shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like unless it's something that's come out about a particular project that's like really heavy. If it's just because James Gunn is in charge now as opposed to somebody else, I'm not going to see this. I'm watching all the shit. I am a fan of these characters. When these movies come out, I will check them out to see if they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at least giving them the benefit of, let me check this. It might be a matinee on a Saturday at fucking $130 for that damn $4.15 a ticket, but I will check that shit out. So, like, miss me with all of that boycott there, unless there's a real, like, heinous reason to boycott something. And you know what reasons I would talk. I don't even have to mention them on here, but we've seen Hollywood in the past 30 years. Heinous reasons unless there's a reason like that, I will be watching these movies. I'm just going to be clear about that. But what we're talking about here is, our displeasure with the way things have gone. Things of that nature.
And it's just like, you're asking us to be invested in something totally new when we haven't really even gotten
a
proper payoff. And it's
Yes.
and that's a fucking difficult giant pill to swallow.
Which would be done by now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly it.
Yeah,
You know, the
yes.
universe would have wrapped up by 2020, if not 2021, had the pandemic still happened. Because it's Warner Brothers. It's just fucking more Warner Brothers shenanigans.
And all the, a lot of the arguments I'm seeing is like, not giving Gunn a chance. It's like, well, that's it's called preference.
That's preference. That's
Yes.
perspective.
Can,
that's subject.
Yes.
It's an entirely subjective thing too.
And you can not give someone a chance, but also like not, shit talk them. I'm not going to sit around shit talking Gunn all day because he does not matter that much to me. But I don't really feel like giving him a chance. I'm probably like you, Anthony. I probably will see the movies, but I'm not going to go. I don't feel like I want to go opening night right now.
No, it's like we just finished mentioning its preference. It's just like it's. And so, and also for a lot of people, and I feel you. If you're out there and it's going to take you a minute just to get over and process what literally just happened in the past like 4 or 5 days, which is we lost our Superman, which and other things of that nature. Fine, take your time. If you want to take time, and you'll be like, okay, now I'll go see this movie. Do whatever you need to do. We're not trying to tell you what to do out here. If you're a big James Gunn fan, go watch some movies. Be there on opening night. Fucking entertain yourself. We're just telling you what we're gonna do, how we feel about these situations.
Let me ask you guys a question, and I think it's super relevant. How many decisions has Kevin Feige made that you guys disagree with? Because there's quite a few I can think of.
I'd have to, dude.
Exactly,
I'd have
right?
to know the exact things that you know what I'm saying. For the most part,
just think about the movies that he's commissioned throughout the MCU and the projects that he's done in terms of just pure quality, or even just some of the stuff that has come out. I do
think that there are some directors that have left Marvel that I felt like, oh, I like that guy,
and it's an impression. It's an impression, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. It's like, damn. And look, and that's the same thing I'm saying. Like the egos, man. And
that's what I'm curious about. Is like, how is James Gunn going to operate in this Kevin Feige-esque type of
because remember
that he's in now?
Kevin Feige ain't out here writing movies like James Gunn is with the Superman.
Exactly.
Kevin Feige, he'll sit here and he'll say, "This is what I want." They'll bring him the screen. Oh, this is absolutely incredible, man. Go ahead with this movie. Hey, we need to make a couple changes. And then obviously, probably when you get to the people that I was just mentioning that have left Marvel because of they probably brought him the screenplay. He's like, we need to change this. This doesn't work.
Rumor is he's always in the editing room, and that would make a lot of sense given how structural every single movie is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's probably like, yes, that post-credit sequence there. You'd have to imagine the few times he let any director do what they want. I would say right now, Ryan Coogler with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I would say half. He was probably in the room half the time with Sam Raimi, but I doubt it. I would have to imagine that Sam Raimi was more often than not in that editing room. You could probably also say Chloe Zhao, Daniel Destin Cretton for Shang-Chi, and Chloe Zhao for Eternals. Like those were absolutely movies done by those two directors. But if you could probably look at the past, he was probably in the editing room, definitely Infinity War and Endgame every day. I would probably also guess Civil War. He was probably heavily in the editing for that. Probably make a guess for all 3 of the Spider-Man movies. Matter of fact, I'd definitively say all 3 Spider-Man movies. But it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of people James Gunn chooses to collaborate with. Like, if he's going to write Superman, at that point, I'm just like, okay, get someone fucking cool to write Batman in your universe then, because that's what I'm concerned about. I understand that people have reservations about Superman and Wonder Woman, but I'm very curious to see what the fuck he decides to do.
I mean, hey man, it's natural. You're a Batman guy. You know what I'm saying? That's your dude and shit. So like, hold up, TW said I don't think that. No, he probably's not TW, and I get you, man. But like, we're just hypothetically speaking about like, this doesn't normally happen. The dude who's going to charter a universe on film normally ain't writing shit. Like, and that's why we mentioned Kevin Feige, like, just because he doesn't write the movies, He just approves what comes to his desk.
Yeah.
As far as that kind of stuff. And then, like Phil was saying, he gets in the editing room and is like, yo, let me make sure this post-credit.
Well, he's also got Kevin Feige also has a full fucking timeline of what's going to happen in the MCU in his office, from what I understand.
Like another director I know used to have, he had on these boards that slid side to side. And you couldn't see them when you first walked in, they were hidden. So he had to drop them down to show you because he was excited about where they were going. It's like, hey man, check this out. This is just fire.
Well, and they made those movies. You'd be stupid not to, right? They made those movies.
No, they didn't. Yeah,
I wish
they made that to them, man.
Wow.
Yeah. As Ray says, I still hope to see great films. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, see, and look, man. See, that's when it comes to Feige, man. Look, I'm out of dude for what Jonathan Majors will be Kang the Conqueror in a few months. That's absolutely incredible. And for the foreseeable future, I don't give a fuck. What he's done thus far in the years he's been at his job, I can't. There's been some missteps. Yes, there's been Marvel movies that have been absolute trash. But overall, I think he's done what he's supposed to do. So I say, yeah. Hopefully, Ray, we get these things, man. Hopefully, we get these things. Who knows yet? And I'm not like in our conversation here. We're not all out here just saying, "Yo, James Gunn, just go fucking kick rock." We're waiting to see what happens. We know some of this shit is unprecedented, and we know that characters that or not to say characters, but actors that have been fan favorites for a long time are not returning for his universe. So that's going to give a lot of people pause because we know that these characters can do it on. We've seen it. Yeah. And so to see some of them not return, of course, that gives us pause, man. There's a reason why I've got all this shit right here. Henry Cavill's my favorite Superman on screen, and I'm an older cat. I've seen Christopher Reeves in movie theaters. Henry Cavill's my fucking favorite. He ain't coming back, bro. Or at least he ain't come back. So that kind of gives me a little bit of it hurts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're out here. We're looking forward as to what we have to come. We really don't know what it is yet. But at the same time, as fans of these properties and shit. And we spend money on these properties and all of that kind. We're allowed to give our opinions on what we think about this stuff, man. And that's all we're doing right now, man. Hey, man. Hey, it's cold in Georgia, bro. Hey, it's about 30 degrees outside, and it was 50 yesterday. So fuck you, weather in Georgia. But
bro,
anyway.
it's like 20 right now. Maybe it's gonna be 4 next week. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know what? For Christmas, for us, for the first time in a long time, it's gonna be like less than 20 degrees. It's gonna be insane. But
it's like 48 degrees here in California.
Oh man,
Christmas Eve,
you're living it, man. You can go out there with like a t-shirt on, or you can switch it up, or you can take your hat. Man, I wish it was 40. But go ahead.
Christmas Eve it will be 5 degrees, and Christmas it will be 11.
Woo!
Nice. Cannot wait.
I do like a cold Christmas. Cold Christmas. It's definitely a moment of morning. Oh yeah. No, it is, man. I mean, it's our duties out there, man. But you know what? We'll see what happens, man. And that's all as far as we've been talking about this since he took the job was almost a month ago. Which again, I apologize, you guys. I hadn't been on here
just over a month ago.
Yeah, but when he took the spot and all the stuff that's come out, and it was he's been good about responding to people, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons that people are a little bit upset because he would respond with stuff that would make you think that they're not going to recast Henry Cavill, they're not going to do this, and then next thing you know, they're like, bam, nah, man, we're going with the young kid Superman. Henry Cavill ain't it, bro. Peace. And you're like, damn. But
and even the way he worded that tweet.
Oh, 54 degrees. Damn, that's a nice Christmas, man. That is, man.
The way Gunn worded that tweet of saying we just got off the phone with Henry or whatever, and
we just had a meeting with him or whatever.
We just had a meeting, and it was like, we it's not going to be him, but we did set up future whatever, blah blah blah. And I was like, that seemed like it was supposed to try and give people like a little bit of hope of like, oh, maybe he'll come back, like maybe not for full time, but like maybe cameos or something. And then like 2 minutes later, I see the Instagram post. I'm like, so that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, no. He's. I did want to bring this up though, and this is don't mind the ultimate outcome is how. Let's see, it's how it's being handled is what my undermine any potential success.
Yep.
Hey, correct. Now this one, I'm about to pull up. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting, and this tweet caught my eye because of. We talked about it earlier. I remember I sent this when I first saw this logo, which I did put on the thumbnail. The new and like I said, we'll talk about this a little bit. I'll give our thoughts on the new DC Studios logo that came out. There was a couple of them. There's one regular one that just had the DC thing with the studios in the middle, and there's the other one with the actual DC characters that came out today. And I remember seeing it at work, and I was like, oh man, it looks kind of plain. And look, everybody's been on it because it's some Jim Lee art from way back, and they just reused it. There's a tweet though that I saw a little bit ago that kind of brought a bit more into it, and it kind of begs it definitely begs a question. Now, he said the one with the characters. Yeah, I agree. but this definitely begs a question just because of first of all. You know what? I'm just going to bring it up here. So we have this here, right? It says they really use this art piece from the New 52 for the DC Studios logo, and the only person they removed was Cyborg. The audacity. For real. The fucking audacity. So you have this here, right? All right, this is the new DC Studio. Well, one of the new logos. I seen one without the characters. It was just a circle in the DC, right? Immediately, if you're familiar with any kind of DC art, you already know where this came from. It came from this here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this picture here, right? Okay. I love this picture. This is an absolutely incredible fucking this picture's years old, and I've always every time I've ever seen it, I've always thought
2011, I think.
It's dope. Just look at it. It's Jim Lee. It's fucking it's my favorite characters, and it's fucking dope, right? So when you have this here, same thing, just shadows and outlines or whatever, except for, however, a character was removed from here. This character here was moved to here. Now,
look at the Doc Ock. Look at the Doc Ock reply. The reply with Doc Ock at the side.
Oh, lazy, but I did see that earlier. Okay, I don't think. Okay, relax with that one. But anyway, just look at it though. Look, I'm not trying to put anything into you. I'm not trying to tell you to think any kind of way. I want you to take this information take this information in, make your own opinion about it. You see this new logo come out. That's obviously not Jon Stewart. That's Hal Jordan. Look at the hair. That's obviously not a Polynesian or Jason Momoa Aquaman. That is the blonde Aquaman from, the older comics and stuff like that, right? So from the New 52 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and it's also I
don't know what to make of this. I literally don't.
No.
But
the fact that it's minimalist.
Do what? Go ahead.
The fact that it's also like minimalist, like where it's just blue and black. Literally, I'm not trying to I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but literally with that style doing this as your logo, you're literally removing the art. The art is all the details are gone. All the beauty of it is kind of gone. Like now
it's like
silhouettes.
Sorry, Joey, I didn't mean to
No, you're good. You're good.
But it's just like let's just take the fucking Jim Lee stuff and just put it behind a blue silhouette, right? And then put the center DC logo. Let's put them around the DC logo. It's like, why don't you just do the DC logo and put studios under it? Why is that so fucking difficult? Right? Like, I get it. I get it. You want logo. You want what's the fucking word I'm looking for here? You want brand. You want brand recognizability. I understand that, but this feels really intentional because, take it easy, Marlos. This feels like, it's like Joey said, it's fucking Hal Jordan. It's got fucking blonde Aquaman. It's got I see this is gonna fucking be counterintuitive, but that meme, and it's gonna be used in reverse here. I see the vision. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong? Like, oh, dude, if the wouldn't be shocked if you see these 6 characters be on a slate come January. Wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah. And the thing is, the only thing with me with this that really got me was the removal of Cyborg, and I'm like, whoever made. And look, I don't want to hear, because I remember when the infamous little DC thing came out and it has some Justice League footage in it. Everybody was like, "Oh, that had to be a what they call it." They said it had to be an admin that made that. Like it wasn't a real person. Make no mistake about this right here. If this is going to be your logo going forward, and you let an admin make that shit, get the fuck out of here. Somebody with knowledge and who has some do-wit about them made this shit and took Cyborg out of it. I don't know why. If they're not going to make a Cyborg movie, that's fine. That's if you don't want to make a Cyborg movie, but we all know what happened with the last regime when it came to Cyborg. Yep. How you cut that character out is fucking beyond me. Like, literally.
I mean, I'm just thinking about like the Marvel Studios logo, right? It's just so simple. It works. It's had like 3 or 4 different variations. 15. We're on 15.
Because but we remember when what's the name came out, like the first showed
10
up,
years,
it's like 10. It was dope. It was dope. Yeah.
Right. But even still, just like the simplicity of it, it's perfect. And it even reminisced older Marvel logos. It was just Marvel Studios red, white. It's that fucking simple. But no, and even to your point, like cutting out Cyborg, even when we as fans, and even just as this is when I started reading fucking comic books. That's how I know exactly what those silhouettes look like, right?
Yeah,
because that's clearly Jim Lee stuff from 2011. Not Rebirth. I almost said Rebirth. It's New 52. Yeah. These are the New 52 silhouettes, and it's just like, dude, I fucking remember this run. You know who else was part of this Justice League? Fucking Cyborg. So it is just.
It's just like, and look, it's just a very odd thing to leave out. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they task this to some dude who hadn't been working for them for fucking 2 weeks, hey, we need you to work.
But then, like, also think about when James Gunn was reading fucking comic books, right? Like, you got to figure late 80s, early 90s, probably into the 2000s. That's the era of comics he's read. That's why he made a fucking Suicide Squad movie. That's why you see him fucking, posting pictures of, like, Alex Ross's Kingdom Come, because Kingdom Come was a mid-90s run. That's why he's also talked about books from, like, the 80s and stuff, like Batman. What fucking book was it? New Teen Titans. He's also talked about just a ton of stuff from that time. So it wouldn't at all surprise me if he's going to blend some of that with some of the New 52, some of the Rebirth shit. It's going to be a hodgepodge of this, but it's also going to have, I feel like in tone, they're going to do what Marvel does and shift in tone quite a bit, but it's going to have an overall tone that's going to become noticeable.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And also kind of, again, don't want to jump to conclusions, but it kind of strikes me as just seems like, people are going to show up because it's Batman, or they're,
sure, yeah,
we're going to get a crowd. It's like, so you're not doing it to keep the crowd, you're doing it just because you'll get money.
I think,
which is like, I know that's why movies are made, especially franchises. I get it, but it's still just like, okay,
could be TW, man, could be, man. I would love. I mean, I do like Cyborg on the Teen Titans. Who knows if that's what's coming? But as far as what they put out now, man, I don't know. It just feels like
got to be in. And the guy with the stopwatch tells me those miles I ran meant nothing. And by the way, when you want to run another marathon, no hate, just exhaustion.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. You're not really being asked to run this. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's the point that when Ryan was talking about the and that kind of drove me crazy too, because he put out a tweet talking about not feeling confident about seeing the movie slate for next year for DC, because if this is what we're led to believe, none of this goes anywhere. They're probably going to end all of them off on, and then people will comment like, "Oh, what, you don't like one-offs?" Shut up. You know it. You know what he meant. You know what Ryan State. He wasn't saying he wouldn't watch it. He was saying, why do I spend money to go see the Flash that was supposed to lead to a lot of shit and now leads to nothing but probably a death? He wasn't saying he wouldn't. But people will come in and talk about, whoa, you never heard of a one-off? Okay, relax, bro. That's not what he was. We know what he was saying. We know what he was saying. So,
I said yesterday on the Four Nerds, it would be really fucked up if one of the notes James Gunn gave to the Flash film, you have to insert a fucking another version of the Flash that I'm gonna later call mine, so we can introduce my universe that way.
So you just see a dude look back and just fucking speed off. You're like, who was that guy? It's my Flash.
That's the new Flash coming 2027.
Yeah. No, I feel. And look, man. If you feel that way, it's if you don't want to see the movies that come out next year, because and look, I feel this kind of the same. They're not leading anywhere now. Because
you know what would be fucking bold?
What?
If he was working on a Superman movie, but the first movie on the slate is a fucking Flash film with a new actor, and they try and Spider-Man it like they did from Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man Homecoming. That'd be some shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
See, that would be that to me would speak more to an ego. But hey, I'm just shooting hypotheticals here. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I really hope the Flash movie ends with, like, I don't know, Barry saying something like, I'm just getting started, or full speed ahead, or some, cliche shit like that. But then like, it goes to black, thinking like, we got a whole universe of movies coming. But then someone makes an edit to where it's just like the Flash was never seen again.
He just disappeared from
the Flash went back to his home planet.
William says he's got a 3-year contract.
4-year contract.
4-year contract. So I'm talking about. I feel you. I feel him to his extent, man, because it is. I mean, like I said, I'm going to see all these movies next year. If I leave the theater disappointed, that's just is. I want to experience it for myself, because I don't want, I always like to do that so that once I could say for myself, this movie was not good, or I didn't like this movie,
we did
or
it for
whatever.
Black Adam.
Huh?
We did it for Black Adam.
Yeah. And I still, like I said, I still enjoy it. When that shit hits physical on January 3rd, buying that shit. I don't give a fuck what you buying it on physical media when it comes out, because I enjoyed the movie. I do want to watch the behind the scenes shit. I am.
You can watch it right now on HBO Max.
Yeah, the behind the scenes stuff on there too.
Oh, or just I don't.
I know the movies.
I know the movies there, but I don't know about the behind the scenes stuff. No.
Okay. All right. So yeah, man. So to conclude this particular spot in this show, it's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. I think, us who have really valued certain actors in these roles are going to have to just, we're just going to have to see what happens. And for us, especially myself, who had your love reinvigorated, literally the Monday after Black Adam came out, when Henry Cavill put a video out where he said, I have returned as Superman. We just have to navigate the storm, man. Brothers and sisters out there, if you feel like I do, we just have to navigate it. We'll just, you know what? He's not coming back. We'll just have to navigate it, man. Do what you feel, do what you see fit, man. I mean, there's some animated movies still coming out, and obviously, next year's slate, you got Shazam 2, you got The Flash, you got Blue Beetle,
Aquaman.
If you know what, if I can only see one of those 4 movies, surprisingly, fucking Blue Beetle.
Oh,
if I can only see one of those 4 movies, because it's fresh.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. There ain't no preconceived notions. I don't have to watch it worried, did they cut Gal Gadot out of this movie or not? No.
Where's Batman?
I don't have to do anything. I can just watch Blue Beetle, and I have a feeling it's going to be absolutely incredible. The logo was fire. The damn the
suit looks good.
Looks good. It's So like I said, if I can only see one of those, I'll see all of them. But if I can only see one,
and that's just kind of it, right? Like if the collective DC universe as we have seen on film for the last 10 years is going to end next year, so be it. Somebody
ban Axel.
Can we just not? Down that route. Let's just not. Anyway, like, did all of it kind of connect? No, not particularly. Were they all movies that were made by different directors who had visual cues and differences and their own spin on things? Yeah, I would say so. All except for 1. 2. But 1 got rectified, so I only say 1 now. Because it still needs to be rectified. Anyway. I can look at this little library of like 14 films, 15 films, whatever, and be like, this is pretty fucking close to what I wanted to see as a kid growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm content with that,
and also I do still have, like I just showed you one of, I still have the, nobody could take these movies that are right here in this little shelf away from me. They're just fucking dope, and I can just play them. Man of Steel, I gotta, they're absolutely incredible movies, man. So yeah, so
and on top of that, we got another Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, another fucking Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. You know, those are being made by the same directors who've delivered really
they are
awesome movies in their own right. So it's just like, give me more of that. I'm game for that. Yeah. But as for the new universe, I don't know, because I don't know what that looks like yet. We haven't seen the fruits that those have bared yet, but based on the one project we know that is in the works with Big Blue, it's, well, that's a pill to swallow, and everyone's going to swallow it a little differently. And I don't know. I'm going to be very curious to see if he, you know, kind of restrains himself and dials back some of his humorous dick and fart bullshit, or if he makes that all Jimmy Olsen, because that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I feel like if he's going to include Jimmy Olsen, he's going to turn him into the humor comic relief character. And I just, it wouldn't surprise me in the least, but hey, you know, time will tell. I'm very curious to see who he has in mind for Superman, because obviously, you know, there's another character between, you know, Batman and Spider-Man who have just been, you know, recast over time. And it's just like, well, I feel really bad for that guy too, because he's going to get a lot of people who are like, "You're not Henry Cavill, fuck off." Man. And it's just a horrible thing to deal with. It's almost like when Ben Affleck got cast, people were like, "Boo, you're not Christian Bale."
Let me tell you something. That was ridiculous. I tell you, I hadn't. Which, you know, back in the day, I remember when, because I'm old enough to remember when Michael Keaton got cast. Obviously, no social media and shit, but like, people were upset. Mr. Mom, what the fuck? And obviously, he turned out to be absolutely incredible. So, like, when Ben Affleck got cast, I'll never forget that shit, dude. I opened it up and I saw the first comment. Like, Ben Affleck, he's on Jimmy Kimmel, I think. He says the first comment he read said, "No," with like 17 O's. It was just like, and I was just like, when I first saw it, I was like, gotta wait and see, man. Ben Affleck's a good actor. Like, at that point in time, I was like, he's a good actor. Like, if people keep looking back at Daredevil, just relax. And obviously, he turned out to be one of our favorite Batmans.
Even now that I rewatched Daredevil, I'm like, it's not terrible.
Wasn't bad. The movie
Movie had its.
It had Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin.
Yo, that's
fucking win, dude.
Dope. That was fucking fire. That's my favorite part about that fucking movie. When I saw him cast, I was like, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Of course, you know, fucking, what's his name is Bullseye. He's like, Bullseye.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, you know what? We're in a period of time of wait right now. So I would tell everybody, look, man, might not be happy about what happened.
Oh, absolutely. I'm disappointed. Like, even finding out the news that like Henry Cavill, the villain that Stephen Knight wrote was Brainiac. I'm just like, why can't we just get that fucking movie made?
Yep. Well, the idea they had before Gunn and them got hired was to, goddamn,
and watch, guarantee it. Garen fucking.
Oh, he gonna use Brainiac?
Brainiac.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. It's gonna be fucking Brainiac. Yeah. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. If it was like Parallax or Parallax. No, that's Green Lantern. No. If it was like Parasite or Bizarro or like Metallo, wouldn't that all surprise me?
At some point in the movie, someone's gonna say like, "Oh God, it's Brainiac," and then like Jimmy Olsen's gonna be like, Brainy who?" And then it's gonna be like.
Guarantee it. Yeah.
He's gonna be like for last.
Yeah.
Kryptonite, is that like a dating app? And then it's another.
Is that a dating app? Fuck yes, Joey. That was good.
You get shot with a
kryptonite bullet. Fucking burn right there. Hell yeah.
You get shot with a kryptonite bullet. And then, you know, Jimmy's just like, that just happened.
No, please no. Please no.
Oh God.
Yeah. But anyway, to conclude this piece, we're just gonna wait and see, man. We're just gonna wait and see. Obviously, we're not fully 1,000% on board for some of this stuff, and we're not over exuberant and happy about it. But you know what? We can't change any of it. There's nothing we can do to change it. So we'll just have to wait and see what they present to us, and we'll commentate it and give our opinions on it as we see fit as going forward. I did want to watch something though. This has been out for a couple weeks. I do know that. Sorry, you guys, but I wanted to put it on the show. Obviously, I've had a lot of shit going on this past month and haven't had a Friday show. But I did want to watch The Last of Us, their final trailer that came out last week, leading up to the show premiering in about 3 weeks now. It's about 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
It's
the 15th.
A month.
Yeah,
from now.
wow.
It's 16, a month from now. So I'm gonna bring this up. Hold on, let me turn this music off. This is obviously if you know me and you've been watching the show, I'm mad excited for this because this is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yep.
But they did put a trailer out recently, and which was supposed to be the final trailer before it premieres on the 15th of next month. And if you're a fan of the Last of Us game, I think the show is going to do it justice. Trust me, we'll be discussing it after every fucking episode. That is not up for debate. We're talking about this fucking show. So let's get this in. Now tell me if I can hear this.
No.
Oh, here?
Nope.
All right, hold up. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Apology accepted. I don't know why that's so funny to aggressively accept someone's apology.
Yeah, apology accepted, motherfucker. All right, here we
Motherfucker.
I hear it.
Oh, it's not playing. You didn't share the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're good.
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. Keep going for family.
I'm not family.
No. Your cargo.
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
Why are you so important? Somewhere out west. They're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that I didn't turn into a monster.
If she so much as twitches.
Joel, blow your fucking dome off. Oh, fucking.
If I'm taking you with me, do what I say when I say it. Got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east. You've come this far, then you know what's out there.
You're not gonna scare us. Scared him?
Yeah, this is like 5 days before, 5 days before my birthday. It looks really good.
That's what I imagine.
It's Ellie.
Be careful who you put your faith in.
You might not be her father, but you were someone's.
You trust me?
Hell no.
Damn, that looks perfect.
Yo, that
Damn.
the bloater, just seeing it in the when it I'll never forget the first time playing that.
Dude, I've
Seen the bloater.
played a little bit of the game, but I've also just
Have you seen the kill animation for the bloater? Like how it kills you? It is the gnarliest shit. It takes its hand, puts its hands in your mouth, and
rips your fucking head open. Yeah. So that's absolutely incredible. Let me tell you something. The stuff I think they're going to do here, some of the shit that they show in that trailer is really, really fucking. Oh man, I wish I'm not going to spoil anything because a lot of people haven't played the games yet, so you're going to be experiencing for the first time. A lot of the characters that they showed in there, obviously, everybody.
You guys feeling? You guys have played the game. How are you guys feeling about this?
Just watching that gave me chills. I don't think I've actually watched that entirely, that trailer, just because I'm trying to kind of, I know I've already played it, but there is some new stuff a lot of Bill's backstory. I think they're going to add in more because he was
the one played by
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman, yeah, Nick Offerman.
And you see his partner
Yeah.
Frank, I think.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah, he
Which
in the
you
game.
don't see him in the game.
No, you don't. He just alludes to him a lot about how he screwed him over and shit.
Yep.
So I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with that. I tell you what, man. I've seen a lot of games that I love be adapted into to other mediums, and this from what I've seen from this one, it seems like it's the best yet. And obviously, look, a couple of years we have God of War coming because Amazon has picked that up and they're going to do a series of that. So I don't know how long it's going to take them. Obviously, longer than this because
We
there's
shall
a
be
lot. Yeah, yeah. That the sounds, even the joke was absolutely incredible because
that is Ellie. That is Ellie to a T.
Yep, it's like if she even twitches, she's like,
Yep.
don't fuck around.
Yep.
You might get your fucking head blown. Like it's real like that. Like
and they probably cut out a lot because she has like a foul mouth. In the game,
time.
So they probably had to cut out a lot of scenes from that trailer.
Because she probably I'm sure yeah.
And
but if her mouth is anywhere close to as foul as it was in Game of Thrones, then here we go. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's the Greyjoy girl, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I thought she looked familiar.
Yeah.
Or not the great.
No, it's damn it, I can't remember her last name.
I'm blanking.
Yeah.
But,
no.
Yeah.
Dennis. Baratheon. It's the Baratheon's kid, isn't it?
No.
No, it's
who the fuck am I thinking of then?
Why can't I think of her name?
Somebody put it in chat, man.
Yeah. But no, that was something I like. I wasn't doubting her acting at all, but it's just like Ellie is a very specific type of character, and just like that, like you said, that scene where she's like, it's like that's good. That's very
that's absolutely
Ellie.
Incredible.
Like
and
she
it's also
would make that joke in that serious of a moment.
Also for her, or it's Mormont. Mormont. She's a Mormont.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. But also I remember when she got cast, and I already thought that she was an extremely talented young actress. But the thing is, I remember when The Last was first came out, Ellie looked like fucking what's her name? She's her name is different now.
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page, yes. She looked just like her.
Yep.
To the point where I thought, wait a minute, did they model that? Because she looked just like a young.
Because they had to change it. They had to switch up the design because it looked. I think
it looked too much like her.
I think Paige was a little concerned and they probably looked at like a legal action or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but they changed it up a bit for the second game. I'll say that. Yeah, but no, it looks good. The stuff that looks like it comes from the DLC from the first game, that's incredible, man.
Yep.
I don't care if it lasts 7 minutes because the DLC is not that long.
Nope.
It's still extremely important to understanding the characters, even though it came out after the game.
Yeah.
But what I saw from it in that trailer, I'm like, I don't care if it lasts 2 minutes.
Yeah.
At least they're adding that in here, and you get to see that relationship between Ellie.
Well, and there'll be enough exposition where, like, not that it's not an important story, but you will still have that connection to Ellie and her, her past and how she came upon that, being bitten and whatnot. It's a beautifully told story. I still, I replay it every couple of years because it's so well done, both the original game and the DLC. But it is also difficult because like I hope they don't draw too much stuff out because I can see being in the when we do our like after show stream or whatever, and we're talking about the characters, we can't talk about the outcomes because we know, but we don't want to it's God, there's so many of like just seeing so many like snippets from that trailer. I'm just like, people are gonna lose it. Like it's like this is gonna make people cry. This is gonna make people cry. It's
one particular one that I kind of was. I'm not gonna say what it was, but I was just like, damn it, y'all are gonna get me. So another thing that came out that I did want to take a look at because obviously it came out and I haven't had a show in a month for various reasons. A lot of stuff been going on personally, and I did want to look at this stuff. All right, The Indiana Jones 5 trailer came out. What was it? 3 weeks ago. It's not exactly a month, I don't think, but it's been a minute since this came
It
out.
was like 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, well, obviously we've all seen it and things like that, but I did want to bring it up just because I was absolutely thrown back by it, and I thought it was pretty good. And I was like, I'm excited for this movie, so I did want to take a look at the Indiana Jones 5 trailer, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
You didn't share it.
No, I didn't hear anything, and you didn't share anything.
I think you muted.
Okay, now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I can watch this and I got bounce.
Okay.
All right, man.
And I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Salah, man.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I don't believe in magic.
I think Mangold hit it just right.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
That looks incredible.
things I can't explain.
That old indie shot just looks
I believe it's not so
incredible.
much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Hey.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Not related.
Get back.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks good. I just wish that June wasn't such a congested release month for a few movies.
Oh man, y'all. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Fucking Foreigner. It's literally
Because
thick.
it's Spider-Verse, Transformers, Flash, Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Literally.
And then July hits up Oppenheimer. Fucking July
Barbie, the
yep.
Marvels. Yeah.
Thick 2 months for us, fellas. A lot of content to talk about, man.
Yep.
But with that being said, Phil, you said you got to bounce, man.
I do. I got to take off.
All
guys.
right,
It
man.
was always a lot of
Appreciate you
fun. Take it
stopping
easy.
through, man.
Much
As
love.
always, man.
Take it easy, fellas.
Later,
Bye-bye.
All right, man. Shouts out to Phil for jumping on. With that being said, the Indiana Jones, that's I don't know how much Indiana Jones is my guy, right? I've been watching him since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I saw Temple of Doom in theaters, dog. In theaters. That's how old I like when I was a kid, but I saw it in theaters. I remember being like really thrilled about the little rocks that they, the stones.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
stones? Yeah. And that was dope. And I remember being absolutely like just taken away by how dark the movie was.
I was
love
say you
that
were
shit,
scarred
too.
by when they ripped the.
Nah, I was like, this is dope. I was like, that's fucking dope, man. I love it. I love all those movies. And seeing this one, I know there was a lot of talk about it before it came out. And yes, Harrison Ford is an old cat. That's why they had to shut production down. He break a bone real easy. Relax on my boy. Let's get some stunt doubles, some CGI face.
Yeah.
I don't know what they by now you can make it look a little bit good, so it doesn't look bad. But I'm sure he want to do some of his own stunts. But how'd you feel about it, man? You excited? Because I am fucking
Absolutely. I didn't see them. I didn't really watch them when I was a kid, but like funny enough, I started watching them like right when Crystal Skull came out. So I'd watched the first one, and then we went to see Crystal Skull, and I still like that movie. You can fight me. I don't like people love to. I know I've already gotten on this soapbox before about Crystal Skull, how I think it's better than Temple of Doom. That's just me. But no, like this, it is such a like lightning in a bottle of a franchise, because you're taking this architect professor, like he's a regular dude. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any powers. You are putting him up against the Ark of the Covenant. the, the Kali Ma, like, the Holy Grail.
Yep.
And then, now this, it's just like, it's great. I love this franchise, and I can't wait. Hopefully this is a good, bookend for, 5
Harrison
movies.
Ford.
Yeah. Well, for Harrison Ford, and also just like, 5 movies over the course of, however many years, that's pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's over the course of like 40 years, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first one would have come out 82, 83.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's and look, man, it's just been good, man. This everything about the story, everything about Harrison Ford, obviously, but everything that they've done in these movies. The Last Crusade is absolutely, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
The Last Crusade is fucking absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
I thought that was it. Obviously, they come out with the Crystal Skull, which I enjoyed, and then they're coming out with this one. So, I don't get the hate for Crystal Skull, man. That shit, it's the same movie. It's an Indiana Jones movie.
Yes.
Down to the punching sounds.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an Indiana Jones movie.
Well, and it's, you got to think about like the fine-tuned, like, critiques of it, of just like, okay, the biggest one that I remember hearing when it came out was, how's he survive the nuclear blast? It's like, how's he survive any of this shit, dude?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Like, he got poisoned in Temple of Doom.
Yes, by dates, bro.
Yeah.
Dates. And then
He ran away from that, that
he survived the Ark of the Covenant being opened. Literally, he was like, don't open your eyes, but still, there was fucking shit swarming around him. Get away from me with that. Get away from me with that argument about the refrigerator.
Yeah.
In the nuclear. Get this. These are fantasy movies off rip. Like, I'm going to say fantasy, but they're action adventure fictional movies off rip.
Yeah.
So, like, and they're so
well,
good.
There's a reason, the Uncharted games are so big, is because it's almost the same thing. You get a third of the way through the game, and then there would be some sort of sci-fi or fantasy element that you're just like, whoa, where the hell did this come from? It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just like, well, that's weird. But like, then you start to get back into it. And like, yeah, with Crystal Skull, I remember also hearing like people didn't like that it was aliens. I'm like, why? What?
Well, the thing about that for me personally is, hey, what's the natural progression? Like, you literally, through 3 movies with Indiana Jones, you've had the Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
Right? You've had, I don't know what they want to call that shit with Temple of Doom. And then you had the fucking Grail. Where do you go from there?
Yep.
To another rare artifact? No. They took the next step, which is logical, and it wasn't overly space. It wasn't like fucking aliens attacking the Earth. It was literally, you saw that shit at the end. It was that little fucking entire thing with Kate Blanchett at the end, and then that was it. And there you go. Yep. And it ended off, and I love the shot of them climbing up on the little ridge as they watch that shit spiral, and it's so fucking dope, man. Yeah. It is fucking dope.
Well, even just it was John Hurt. Is that who played the professor who like
No. That was shit. It's not John Hurt. I can't remember his name. Ox, who played Ox. Yeah, it's not John Hurt. No. Because John, he's a bigger guy.
It was John Hurt.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who played Ox?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Who are you thinking?
He just looks, I don't know, man. Because he seems a bit
the Chancellor from V for Vendetta. Like that was Ox.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking about William Hurt. I'm thinking about
okay.
I'm thinking about I was about to say, I'm thinking about William Hurt from Civil War and shit.
Yeah,
like, yes,
I got
you.
you.
Okay, my bad.
I got you.
Oh, General Ross. I'm thinking about General
Right.
Ross. Okay,
Right.
my bad. Yeah.
No, you're good.
I was like, wait, he's a bigger dude. What's up, man?
What up?
All right, Droga, appreciate it, man.
Hey, Droga.
Let's see what I ain't been looking at the comment except for Cyborg News. It makes sense. They are pillars of these. No, I feel you. I feel you on this. They are pillars, but at the same time, removing Cyborg is a little odd to me. That's just odd, considering the recent history when it comes to that character in DC movies. It would seem as though that would be a priority for them to be like, "Yo, we got to get Cyborg." You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just whatever. Let's see, Superman. Oh, he says.
Or Joey as Thor.
Thor, hey, there you go, man, with the hammer and everything.
Yes, sir. But no, I gotta pretend to like college, like just like
yeah.
Dude, by the way, I love how he does it in the game. How Thor calls Mjolnir. He's just like, and then like snaps in it.
Yeah.
That's so
Dude,
good.
I hadn't finished it yet, man. I've been so fucking. It's been crazy, and then it's also been whenever I do get on to play, I get like V wants to play Call of Duty, and it's just like a lot of just kind of distracting.
No,
things.
it's fine.
Hopefully, I think not this weekend. Well,
like once the new year hits or something.
Yeah, I want to finish it before New Year's, though. Honestly, I want to have that game finished before.
Well, I mean, it's it's still a perfect like winter game, so like even if you wait till after New Year's, but anyways, so like we were talking about like the way when the ship leaves and like the water just goes into the ruins in Indiana Jones. That was really cool. But the speech that John Hurt or not the speech, but he's just like, they're like, where are they going? And he's like space, or the space between spaces or whatever. I'm just like, oh god, that's really good writing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. It was to me, and I remember because I watched it on my first deployment. Yeah, it was my first deployment, so I didn't get to see it in theaters. I had to watch, a copy of it, and I remember watching it thinking, this is the next natural progression. If you're talking about Indiana Jones, he's looked at artifacts, he's done this stuff, he's done all this shit. Even when you're talking about the series that came out with young Indiana Jones, he's done a lot of shit. This is the natural progression. And they didn't over stylize it. There wasn't big shiny ships and all of this kind of shit. It was literally done perfectly. And the ants, goddamn, the ants were so fire, dude. And it was gruesome and it was dope. It was like an Indiana Jones movie when that dude got ate up by the ants. It was fire, man. So no, I'm excited for Indiana Jones, the new one. So I can't wait for it personally. I will be there as the first tickets I can buy for that. I would definitely be there.
And then we got to get the because remember we wanted to get that 4-pack that from Best Buy, but we got to wait till the last one.
Oh, yep, that's exactly yep. And yes, because we messaged back and forth because what's the name has it? Scott has it. He bought the 4K with the 4 movies.
Yeah. And
we were talking about it, and I was like, dude, I'm waiting because there's another movie coming. I hate to get it, and then they release another one that's even better with all 5 movies. Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly, what if they release like when this one they release all 5 movies with the whole series? God damn, dude. Might be $200. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'd like to have that. That'd be dope. Wait a minute, what? The 3 Musketeers. What the fuck is that?
Oh,
all right, I just saw some stuff up there. Yeah, man. That's let's see. I think we hit it all, man. We're talking about God of War. Yes. I did want to ask you about this too. God of War, if you did not know, Amazon picked it up. It's going to get a series release. From what I read of it, I was, obviously I'm a God of War fan. I'm excited. Did you see where they're going to start though? You saw it, didn't you? The 2018 game.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Remember we had, and I got it. Look, don't get me wrong. The last 2 games are fully theatrical worthy. Those are movies that I played, like literally. But we were talking about how we'd love to see his history, how he got to that point.
Yeah.
Because it's important. It's important to how he starts the 2000.
And, I don't think, this might not be everybody's like favorite way that they go about it, but, flashbacks could definitely just service it, like showing the important battles, because like you look at a lot of the God of War games and it's a lot of going through hallways and like taking down a lot of mini bosses, and it's like it's not that we don't want to see that, and it's not that I don't want to speak before we've seen anything. Like we could still see a lot of that, especially him, spoiler alert if you haven't played it, for anybody who hasn't played it, we could still see flashbacks of him killing Zeus. We could see flashbacks of him, just killing all the gods, and that's and getting to his exile from.
Bro, let me tell you something. If you have like 2 episodes full on 2018 God of War, but then 1 full episode of an hour of just God of War 1, give me that.
You can get through a lot of an hour. Well, and not even just God of War 1. You could get through a lot of the entire first 5 games within an hour, or maybe even make it an hour and a half. Like it'd probably be like a speed, like a cut a lot of stuff out, but you could still get to the point of like, this is why he's exiled himself. This is why he is the way he is now. And someone made a really good point, because, I did see a lot of people clamoring, and, not to use that in a negative way, but I did see a lot of people wanting the Olympus God of Kratos' story from Olympus and the first 5 games. And I'm like, you know what? That's understandable. But then someone said, but those games don't necessarily paint him in the light of protagonist, because a lot of what he is doing is very
grimy.
Yes. Which, and if you want to, because then you look at these 2 games and it's like, he is definitely the protagonist. He's made just, so much character development, so much progress, both as a man and as a father.
Did you hold up? Did you see where I brought it up? Where I pulled up God of War on last night's 4 Nerds?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Oh, because we were talking about it, like we were talking about this very subject.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I'm telling you, man. And I was like, ain't no telling what they might bring into that, man. Because I remember the original God of War was Kratos used to clap them cheeks, and they were like, what? And I was like, let me show you. So I brought up one of the cut scenes, but I had forgotten. So Kratos walks below decks on the God of War 1 when he goes below decks of that ship that he starts the game on.
Yep.
He goes, and then he walks in there, and there's like 3 or 4 chicks with their titties out.
And you showed that on the stream?
Yeah, well, I forgot. I was like, oh, whoa.
Oh.
I was like, y'all get my drift. I had to pause it. But it was literally, I was like, look, I'm telling y'all, it's a button tap. Like, you clap the cheeks with
they had you doing quick time sex scenes.
Think about a game who had that in it, but was also absolutely one of the best games that anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like God of War, the first, all of the games pretty much, but the first one is regarded as one of the best games, because at the time it came out, it was just like nobody had ever played anything like that. It was just different. So,
well, and it's, you look at the sheer scale of God of War is what I think of when I think of just like, Mount Olympus and the old gods, is like him taking on in God of War 3 when he takes on that Titan, like that. Literally, the entire map is that Titan.
Yes,
the one who's in chains or whatever. And then when you take on Poseidon, and it's literally that giant like horse centaur thing. It's like those games were out of control. Yeah, and not that these games don't have those moments, but it's just like.
Yeah, those were breathtaking and groundbreaking. These games have like those moments where you're like, oh, that was brutal. But when you saw Kratos take that centaur and fucking, and like, that was like, whoa, we've never seen anything like that in a video game before. Yeah. Like literally, you would max him up and it was hit that R3 button, you'd hit it, he'd grab him, and oh man,
dude, he pulled Helios's head off. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yes.
He was actually the original.
He had the eyes. Yeah,
he was actually the original Mimir. I didn't even think of that until the other day. Yeah, he was the original, head that he would carry around, because he would be like that form of light or whatever.
You put up the shit to open doors and all of that kind of.
But that fight scene was brutal. He pulled his head off, just barehanded. That shit's insane. So all that to say, it would be nice to see those flashbacks or however they handle that, but if you want like Amazon is going to still want a protagonist, and that is going to be I
just sent that because I'm gonna bring it up. I wanted to it's pretty cool. V sent that to me earlier. Yep. Shouts out to V. Hold up, let me find it here.
But no, that's the biggest thing, is just like, they want a protagonist, and the events of the first God of War games do not paint Kratos in a good light. So that's
no.
That's
he was
where
a grimy cat, and he was.
That's where I can see their logic with doing. There you go.
when it comes to this God of War talk, so here is, I guess this is fandom followers. I don't know who that is. On Facebook, V, shouts out to V, sent me this earlier. He says, fandom followers, top 5 picks to play Kratos in live action. Obviously, you got Christopher Judge. Wait a minute, let's see.
Christopher Judge is on the left.
Yeah, Christopher Judge is number 2.
Yeah.
All right. At number 3, you got Jason Momoa. And whoever did this has put the actor's face.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can zoom it in so they can down.
Oh.
Uh-oh. It almost did.
Oh.
It keeps going. What the fuck?
That's
man?
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
It's all good.
All right, so anyway, so you see number 1 is Triple H right here in the middle. Number 3, they have Jason Momoa. Number 4, you have Tom Hardy. And then number 5, you got Dave Bautista. They all look good. Whoever did this is absolutely, this is incredible. They do all look good. And I remember Aaron Bailey was talking about Momoa. I don't know, man. It's you know, the thing about Momoa is like, I think he could still pull it off. But like you were saying, Christopher Judge, dude's ripped, and he is Kratos.
He's the voice.
He won an award for that shit. And look, Triple H looks like him. Of course he does. He's always looked like Kratos. He just, especially since he grew that beard and he has the bald head and stuff.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista, I don't see that happening. Tom Hardy, I think Tom's a bit short. And look, I realized that Kratos is like what, 7'6"?
Yeah, he's a tall. He's a tall.
Yeah, because they have a life-size Kratos statue inside of the Santa Monica studios.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's like 7'4", some shit like that. But it's like a light. Yeah.
And let's go steal it.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. No, it's on the if you had God of War 3 for it came out PlayStation 3, they had a bunch of extra special features, and one of them was like behind the scenes of the game, and it shows them walking in to Santa Monica, and he's like, Kratos is just standing right there, fucking beastly. He ain't as big as he is in these newer God of War games. He's kind of, you remember the commercial? There was a Super Bowl commercial right before what was the God of War prequel game?
Chains of Olympus.
Yes, the PlayStation 3 prequel game.
Yeah.
So leading up to that, hold up. You know what? I'm gonna take this down and see if I can find it. It's pretty good. The dude's a little bit small to be Kratos, but it's an absolute fire fucking trailer. But yeah, man, I can't wait for this shit. Just like I'm sure you can't. So yeah.
No, I'm thrilled, and like you know, those fan casts are fun. Jason Momoa is. I love Jason Momoa. That's the thing, but like, it's just you got to look at like, can he do? Like Kratos is a very like no emotions. Yes, and I know
he's almost no emotions but emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he's very. We know the character. We so it's like it's almost, that's why I enjoy watching people like us talk about it, because we know exactly what it should be. Not exactly who it should be, but what it should be. But
and it's no disrespect again to the to Momoa. If he does end up getting it, great. I'm still gonna watch it. And like, I don't know which of those actors, if they've expressed interest in playing Kratos in the past. If they get it, great. If it's a dream role for them, awesome. But a lot of what I see is people like just finding someone who's bald, putting a beard on them, or just someone with a beard, and slapping them on a Kratos to be like, he could be Kratos. But you gotta, it's the acting. Not that they're bad actors, but it's what kind of actor can you be? Like, can you get to that range of like, and that's why I know it's very basic, but I keep going back to Christopher Judge, because he not only was the voice, but he was also the mocap, so he had to literally embody Kratos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like there's I think Meg sent us that TikTok where they're doing like the behind the scenes stuff. And I think it's from like the first game. I can't really remember, but it's when what's her name is in the doorway and he's having that vision. She's like, "You will always be a monster." And just the way he just stands there and just delivers that like teary-eyed, like, I know.
Yeah.
And just he through that broken voice, it's just like, it's so well done and so well constructed to where it's like, I'm not gonna be the one who pisses and moans if they cast someone else and it's all, they got this all wrong. Just like however if there are
As
people are
long as
freaking out
they
about.
get him right.
Yes,
The look is easy. The look is easy because we know there's CGI exists and makeup exists. The look, even if the actor is only 6 foot and he's got to be 7'6", which is how tall, that can be made in post production. That's all cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about somebody who can actually deliver Kratos to us, like
Yes.
literally deliver what that dude has given to us on consoles when we've been playing the game, man.
Well, and it's like, I thought my computer crashed.
No, you good.
I blinked and it was like, I was like, whoa. But it's literally, it's people who like, and that's the other thing is like, you're going to have to bulk up a little bit, and not that, you have time. Because the show isn't coming out for God knows how long.
Probably 2 years. Yeah.
But I saw another TikTok that I can't remember if I sent you guys or not, but it's, Christopher Judge and Sonny Soljic, the kid who plays Atreus.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in the studio recording lines, and they're acting like it's the first time they've seen each other in a while. So I can't remember I can't tell if it's like the beginning of like when they were in like post-production for this game, or like later on in the first one, because you know how like this game they started and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So they had to, so like Sonny kind of went through that puberty stage and like they had to change things up. But anyways, they're doing like a, they're saying what's up to each other, and Christopher Judge is wearing this shirt and he is just, I mean, he's Kratos. Like I'm looking at him like, holy shit. Like, you look up brick shit house in the dictionary, you're going to find a picture of Christopher Judge. It's like, so I guess that would be my pick. I know that's,
relax. All right.
that picture that The Rock posted of J.K. Simmons. That's funny.
Not Kratos, but maybe.
He could be Odin. Ooh, that would be a good Odin. Yo.
Because obviously the actor who plays him in the game is dope. But that'd be all right. So this is the trailer that came out. Was it Super Bowl 2013? This, when I saw this, I was like, wait, what is this? I thought this was a movie because I wasn't aware that this game was coming, but here we go. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You know we can get away because of calling your name. Every day I feel this pain, but you just don't walk away. No, I just can't keep hanging on to you.
Yo, that shit's dope as fuck, man.
Yo, I don't think I've ever seen that. Holy shit.
Yo, that shit is dope, man. Like, imagine seeing that
awesome.
like halftime of the Super Bowl. Like, you're watching the Super Bowl, and then all of a sudden that comes, you're like, wait, what did I miss, motherfuckers? Y'all like,
wow, that was awesome.
Shit is incredible. And there's a behind the scenes you can find where it shows like the actor. He comes in, he's got like full long hair, a full beard. They shave it down, they shave his head bald, they paint him up and everything. It's absolutely incredible, man. The first time I saw it, I was like, man, when is this coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make this movie right now, motherfucker. Especially the best part of it was when the daughter died and her ashes came on his skin, like in the game and shit.
Yep. That's another thing that you know, it reminded me, like, there is going to have to be a flashback at some point, because you have to for the it's just like for The Last of Us. There's
Mhm.
going to be people who have not played these games. You're going to have to show them what's with his skin, what's with that red
Yep.
mark, where does this come
Yep.
from? You're going to have to
Mhm.
show that flashback.
Yep, they are. They're going to have to even which I believe is probably the best weapons, the best video game weapons I've ever played with is the blades of they have to show how he got them things too, man. You got to show all of that shit, man. So
Yep.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to get some relax. But shit, man, we were going for 215, bro.
I know. Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we did. Hey, everybody who's still with us, we appreciate it, man. We like I said, man, I hadn't been on here about a month, man. Had a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, biggest news being, you know, our good man Henry won't be returning to the Cape and the Shield. I hope it's not permanent, but you know, it probably is. It's just wishful thinking on my part that maybe some way down the line we might see him again. I'll see him again because I still got these movies that I can throw in and watch and just be like, yo, that's my dude.
Yeah.
That's my
I'll
dude.
see him again because we're best friends and, you know, we talk all the time.
Yeah. My bad, man. Invite me to the next.
Yeah. We'll send you an invite.
But yeah, man. As always, man, I appreciate you jumping on. Everybody who watched, I appreciate you, man. It's like I said, it's been about a month since I've been on. A lot of news to talk about, and everybody who came in here and watched and engaged in this show, man, I appreciate it. Let's see what I was looking for. Okay, yeah, there it is. God of War. If you haven't played it, play it, man. It's a good ass game, man. It's absolutely incredible. Didn't get to the video game awards. Obviously, that happened last week. I was going to talk about it big time last week. Obviously, you had Elden Ring win Game of the Year. God of War won a ton of awards itself. You know, hadn't played Elden Ring, so I don't know.
I'm only assuming Elden Ring won. Not that, like, you know, it won on a technicality, but God of War is only a PlayStation game, and I think Elden Ring is both. So it's
Elden Ring is all platforms, computer, PC too. So yeah. That's probably. I mean, and plus Elden Ring did come out earlier last year. God of War didn't come out till November, so we got that. What's not to take anything away. I work with a lot of dudes who played Elden Ring and they love that game. It's absolutely incredible, huge and kind of overwhelming. A couple dudes I know said they quit playing it because it was just so huge.
Yeah,
like such a huge, expansive game. So maybe one day down the line, maybe I might pick up and see what it's all about. Don't know. Still haven't finished God of War yet, but finally got my PS5, dude. We'll talk about it next time. I saw an article today about some kind of new PS5 model coming out with like a I don't know. Like a yeah.
I don't know what it is. I've never gotten into the new, like, you know, the what PS3 Slim was like.
Yeah, I did. I remember when I had a PS3, I got the original model, and then when the Slim came out, it had more space, so I just swapped over and get on the older PS3. So
and then my PS4 is still like, it's the original model.
Yeah, I still have the original one.
So it's like I never got the Pro and PS5. I'm like, dude, I have a PS5. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I don't need
and I finally got one. You know, for those of you who didn't know, a couple weeks ago, finally, it's been, and I haven't stopped playing it since because I'm crazy. But anyway, like I said, appreciate y'all watching. See you guys. Matter of fact, like I said, next Friday, no show. Next Saturday is when this will be happening for sure. I'm gonna bring this back up to make sure to remind everyone that Project Justice League drops next Saturday night at midnight, or next Sunday morning at midnight, Christmas Day, and at 11 p.m. Eastern time on next Saturday. I will go live. We'll talk about whatever what you get for Christmas. We'll talk, and then leading up to Project Justice League dropping at midnight, and then we'll watch it once it drops and react to it, and then wish you guys a Merry Christmas after that because I'll because it's fucking late. But like I said, you know, if you're available, jump on. I know you'll probably, you know, if you can make it, you'll be there.
Yeah, I'll let you know. See what's going on with my family.
Yeah, I got you. It is Christmas time, so I do understand. If we weren't doing our Christmas on Friday, it'd probably be a problem. But since we're not, but anyway, like I said, appreciate everybody who watched. See you guys next week. Enjoy the holidays. I hope everybody's having a great time. And yeah, peace out. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Peace.